Hello, everyone. This week's Parsha is Parshat Vayera, in which we will look at the Ramban's commentary to the second pasuk, where we see the word Vayera show up, and see how the Ramban understands the significance in this pasuk, why Moshe Rabbeinu specifically is chosen to be the one that leads Bnei Israel and Mitzrayim, and through that we'll hopefully reveal a lesson for us all. The second pasuk in the Parsha reads, Vayera el Abraham el Yitzchak leYaakov bekel shakai, u'shmi Hashem lo nodati lahem. Hashem tells Moshe that I revealed myself to the Avot, though I did not reveal to them to the extent that I am revealing to you. They did not fully understand Shmi Hashem. They did not fully get this Yud Kei Vav Kei, the sense of connection to God. However we want to understand this, the Ramban offers different understandings. The Ramban quotes Rashi and the Ibn Ezra giving different understandings to why Shmi Hashem lo nadati lahem to the Avot. Ultimately, the Ramban concludes and says, Val derech ha'emet, when he comes to explain it as the Ramban sees it, he says that Moshe Rabbeinu had an ultimate connection that was panim el panim, as the pasuk in Devarim says. Moshe was able to relate to God in a much more direct manner. And through this, the Ramban explains, the ensuing psukim discuss the arba lashonot shel geula, and Hashem will take us v'lakachti v'veti, and all these further lashonot that are used, hotzeti v'tzalti, all of them are coming to show how Moshe Rabbeinu is the one that will be able to rescue Bnei Israel, though specifically through his connection to God. The Ramban is highlighting this, saying that the second pasuk in the parsha, through which the parsha gains its namesake of Vayera, is telling us that Moshe Rabbeinu specifically Hashem appeared to due to his character. Moshe Rabbeinu, as we mentioned, was someone who was very humble, and he was therefore the person that was able to take Bnei Israel and elevate them to the level they needed to be to go on to Har Sinai to become the nation that they would become. The Ramban highlights this through the pasuk of Vayera el Abraham el Yitzchak leYaakov bekel shakai, which me Hashem lo nadati lahem, but to Moshe I did reveal. One more side point on the parsha, the Ramban mentions at the end of this perush, it also could be understood in a way that Moshe was challenging God, and Moshe asked Hashem, how will I know that I will be able to be believed by Bnei Israel? Moshe had certain doubts that the Avot might not have expressed. The Avot were famous for following out God's commands and not always going into the argument stage that Moshe Rabbeinu often prompted God. So perhaps the Ramban suggests that Moshe Rabbeinu had to have this full revelation that other Avot did not necessarily need. Now, the Ramban also mentions this as a caveat on the side after explaining the level that Moshe Rabbeinu attained that none other could attain. Though as a side point, the Ramban gives a possible explanation that Moshe really might have needed this level as opposed to Avot that might not have needed this full revelation. Though no matter which way we read it, we understand the importance of having this connection to God. And Moshe Rabbeinu, through his such close connection to God, was able to become the leader that would lead Bnei Israel and Mitzrayim, ultimately Geula, as the psukim highlight in the continuation of the parsha. Shabbat Shalom.